Welcome to paradise and the penultimate stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, the Argo Group Gold Cup, held on Hamilton Harbour in Bermuda. There really is no better setting for such a pivotal event, where clear azure skies and crystal blue waters meet red-hot ambition, as the teams battle it out for the prestigious King Edward VII Gold Cup trophy. The Royal Bermuda Yacht Club has been playing host to this regatta since 1937 and supplies a perfectly matched fleet of International One design boats for the competitors to race in. The $100,000 prize purse is certainly an incentive to pull out all the stops here, but it's often the prestige of winning the Gold Cup, a trophy renowned as the golden ticket to the America's Cup, that sees teams arrive with their game faces on. There is, of course, one more reason to go for gold in Bermuda, and that's to get those all-important points on the Alpari Tour leaderboard ahead of the final event in Malaysia, the Monsoon Cup. The top 4 tour card holders may have had their own private battle going on, but each of the 20 teams invited to the Argo Group Gold Cup would be doing all they could to get their hands on the trophy too. Amongst them was one skipper in particular set to mix things up, and he needs no introduction. Sir Ben Ainslie, the most successful sailor in Olympic history, is no stranger to the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, and his formidable team of Ian Percy, Matt Cornwell and Christian Camp have a special love for this event and an extra special reason to return here this year.
I think the Alpari World Match Racing Tour is a fantastic circuit. I mean, the venues and the style of racing and the different types of boats is really a huge challenge for all of these teams. Our track record here at the event is pretty good actually. The first year we came, that was 2007 I think, and we were third, and we came back again in 2009 and 2010 and we managed to win both times. So we have always loved coming here, we've got a lot of great friends here and have always enjoyed racing in these types of boats. These boats are very special. I mean, they're obviously, all of them are very old. It's a very old design, and it means that the racing is unique because the boats are very slow. They take a long time to accelerate and a long time to decelerate, and therefore the manoeuvres have to be thought out much further ahead. And if you make a mistake and you get into trouble, it's very hard to break free. And that is slightly different to a lot of the other events which are sailed in slightly faster, more manoeuvrable boats. We haven't raced on this tour on these types of boats for about 3 years now, and you know, the level of the teams that are here, they're all very, very successful, talented sailors and teams. So for sure, Ian Williams is probably you know, one of the guys we've always had great racing against. He's a 4-time world champion, I believe, and certainly probably the most accomplished match racer here. We had some great races against Adam Minoprio and his boys back in the day. Josh, the young local hero, and he's a great guy, and I was really impressed by how he was sailing. Taylor Canfield as well, another young face coming through, doing really well in the tour in recent years. The main reason we're here, and it's sad to say, it's not to win the event, but we're here really to raise awareness for the Andrew Simpson Sailing Foundation and to race in Bart's name. And one of the first events we ever did on the match racing tour was this event, I think in 2008. He was only here for a week, but he left a huge impression on everybody he met, and people have always talked about him when we come back in past years. And so he had a great following here, he loved this event, and this was just a great way for us to get our old team back together. We're all great mates, have some fun sailing and remember Andrew and raise some funds for this great foundation.
After 3 days of qualifying and some truly testing conditions on a minefield of a racecourse, all of the quarter-finalists had been decided, with Bruni, Canfield, Minoprio and Swinton qualifying in Group 1, and Williams, Ainslie, Hanson and Robertson advancing through in Group 2. After a testing qualifying round, it was time to set the quarter-finals in motion. First to choose his opponent was Ian Williams, and he selected Taylor Canfield and the USone team as his opponent.
This is do or die time for Williams. Williams having picked Taylor Canfield to try and knock him out of the competition early. Both these teams right at the top of the overall Alpari World Match Racing Tour leaderboard to maximise their points position before the finals in Malaysia. In the final minute, Williams looking for a jibe out across the front of Canfield.
That is a definite penalty.
Disaster strikes. Canfield's able to try and block him. Williams infringes. There's the blue flag confirming it. The umpire's deciding Williams couldn't get across the front. Rod Dawson, tactician for USone Sailing. Taylor Canfield, really the brains trust on that boat, and you can hear the intensity coming out of him. He's really bossing that crew, making the key decisions. They catch Williams out there as both boats turn back towards the line. As they're looking to try and drive Canfield down the line, but he looks to be across. It's Canfield that's going to take the pin, the better of the two starts. As they come up to the top mark, it's Taylor Canfield out in front. Williams is right on his tail. As they come onto that final downwind leg, it is Taylor Canfield out in front. Williams still has that outstanding penalty. Both boats coming down towards the line. It's Taylor Canfield that has upset the reigning Alpari World Match Racing Tour champion. That is Taylor Canfield coming down the final run. USone Sailing team to take this quarter-final and with it eliminate Ian Williams.
A mighty fall for Ian Williams here may have a significant impact on the way the scores play out at the end of the series, leaving the competition for the world title wide open. Next up, New Zealander Phil Robertson with Waka Racing faced Italian Francesco Bruni's Luna Rossa team. Unfortunately for Phil and his team, despite their camaraderie and strong knowledge of the IODs, their road to the Gold Cup would end at the quarter-final stage. Francesco Bruni, winner of the 2011 Alpari World Match Racing Tour and tactician for Luna Rossa Challenge in this year's America's Cup, took 3 straight wins, maintaining the dominant form he'd been showing all week.
Oh, we just weren't there today. I don't think our heads are in the right space and we weren't really as switched on as we usually are and not sailing as well as we can do, so it's a bit disappointing. I think the whole team's pretty exhausted as well. We've done 14 days sailing straight in 3 different continents, so it's not ideal, and we've been pretty tired all week. So yeah, I think it's all caught up with us, and today we just didn't sail anywhere near our potential, and Bruni was firing and he was sailing really well. So yeah, we pretty much lost 3 straight races.
A second tour card holder was out early on, and the next pairing would say goodbye to a third. Adam Minoprio came up against Keith Swinton and took it to a 5th match. Both having secured 2 wins each, we take up the decisive race in the pre-start.
Keith Swinton with a big luff attack across the bow of Adam Minoprio, trying to escape to that right-hand side. Very aggressive move, and there the penalty. Keith Swinton was deciding that it was too aggressive, but he couldn't get that tack in. They've ordered in the penalty. There's the start gun. Swinton's on the right-hand side, the much better of the starts. Minoprio in that trailing position. There, the red flag, so the umpire's deciding Keith Swinton gained an advantage from that infringement. He's going to be forced to do his penalty turn. That's a 270-degree turn, a jibe. Time, Adam Minoprio sailing back up the course. This quarter-final poised on 2-2. Great positioning for Adam Minoprio up in that windward position. It's controlled, drive where this race goes. We'll be able to put some points on the board here in Bermuda. Minoprio, team Alpari FX set their spinnaker. Keep clear of Swinton there by staying high, away from the mark. He's done enough. Adam Minoprio down through towards the finish to take the win.
Join us after the break to see who will take the last quarter-final spot, Ben Ainslie or Bjorn Hansen.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control. Spot the opportunity. Then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
The quarter-final stage has already seen the fall of 3 tour card holders, and it's time to see if one more will be added to the list. So Ben Ainslie faced Bjorn Hansen's eWorks sailing team in what was to be a fiery matchup. First blood went to Hansen. We joined them for their second match to see if Ainslie had an answer.
And he comes through the line. It's Ben Ainslie takes the second match, and to level the score in this semi-final.
Ainslie went on to win his remaining 2 races, taking the win and knocking Hansen out of the competition. Advancing through to the semi-finals were Taylor Canfield, Francesco Bruni, Adam Minoprio and Ben Ainslie. The first head-to-head was Francesco Bruni versus defending champion Taylor Canfield. Bruni took the first 2 wins, leaving a must-win race for Canfield. The fireworks begin in the pre-start.
Taylor Canfield trying to roll around the bow. Francesco Bruni, it's very close. There, the blue flag. The umpires deciding that Taylor Canfield did not keep clear, as he had tried to escape to the left-hand end of the line. Start gun sounds and both boats now sailing upwind. I think there, Francesco Bruni over the line. He's going to have to go back, so Taylor Canfield gets away with it. Not such a good start, but he was behind the line. And it is Bruni that is going to have to sail back, recross, start sailing upwind. Taylor Canfield continuing to track up the racecourse. It's taken Francesco Bruni a very long time to get back behind the line. Francesco Bruni battling hard to get onto the breeze of Canfield. And let's remember, Taylor Canfield still has that outstanding penalty. We come down towards the bottom of the course. Canfield has done a nice job of the positioning here, giving himself a chance to try and offset this penalty. Now, Francesco Bruni needs to stay clean. He just needs to stay behind here. Try and stay tight before the boats come through the finish line. Canfield has the position. He has that lured position. Now he has to complete attack and come back down to a downwind course and sail through the line to win this race. Francesco Bruni just has to stay close, not give Canfield the space to complete his turn. There, Francesco Bruni diving for the inside. Inside the zone, stall. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Taylor Canfield trying to stop Francesco Bruni crossing the line. Don't go in there. He cannot go in there. And there, Taylor Canfield shutting the door on the committee boat. We were inside the zone the whole time. But Francesco Bruni managing to sneak through. Cannot go in there.
Why? Why are we getting a penalty? We didn't even hit.
Rod Dawson and Taylor Canfield screaming their protest. Bruni comes away with the win. Wow. Did you guys not see the zone?
The first finalist was decided, but who would join him? It was time for Ainslie and Minoprio to fight it out. Ainslie took the first win of their semi-final before heavy rain put an end to the racing. The next day saw better conditions and their second match got underway.
Ben Ainslie, he's coming up against Adam Minoprio, team Alpari FX.
He's backing. He was backing his main. Flag it. He backed his main.
There, the blue flag. There's a penalty on Ben Ainslie. Adam Minoprio escaping off to the right-hand side of the box. Ainslie over the top of the committee boat, inside the final minute.
34, 33, 32.
30 seconds to go. Ainslie turning up, leading this pair back towards the pin end of the line. Percy, tactician, looking up the course, trying to cool the breeze.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11.
Final 10 seconds, both boats trimmed in.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There's the start gun. Minoprio from the right-hand side, Ben Ainslie coming all the way over to the left. Looks like he's picked up some nice pressure on this left-hand side. As the boats come back together, he's able to use that to come across the line of Minoprio. He's going to cross. Now, remember, Ainslie has that outstanding penalty, but right now he has that all-important lead. As we come down towards the finish, is Ainslie out in front. The jib goes up. He's going to have to complete that penalty turn. That is one tack. And he's going to have to sail back through the finish line. Here goes Ben Ainslie. And Adam Minoprio charging down. Ainslie up through the turn. Ben Ainslie looks to be in control of the match. Putting his bow through the line. Takes the blue flag and the win.
Ainslie went on to take a third and final win, securing his place in the final against Francesco Bruni.
So it's finals time. Up against Francesco Bruni of Luna Rossa. It is Francesco Bruni, on the right of screen, heading off towards the left-hand side. As they come in at the top mark, Francesco Bruni able to capitalise on that position, and he leads his first match around the top mark, down towards the finish. It is Francesco Bruni who sails through the line to take race one. There, the luff from Francesco Bruni, and Ainslie in the lead yellow boat on the left-hand side of the pair. Bruni has him under pressure inside the final minute. As the boats fall down into port, we can see a yellow flag. It's a penalty for Sir Ben Ainslie. Francesco Bruni has turned that into a monstrous lead. Leads around the mark, sets his spinnaker. There's no stopping the Italian. He sails on to take the win in race two. So this is the match. Ben Ainslie on the ropes. Bruni with a 2-0 advantage. Ainslie sliding off towards the right-hand end of the line. Francesco Bruni powering off the centre, off towards the left. Ainslie having to do 2 tacks in quite quick succession. As the boats come back together in the centre of the course, we'll be able to tell who's out in front. Ainslie, the final tack over on this left-hand side. It's a game of chess out there on Hamilton Harbour. Both skippers looking to use the breeze to their advantage. And it is Francesco Bruni that comes in from the right-hand side. A quick tack in front of the bow of Ben Ainslie, who looks for the hook. He's diving down his side. Will he get the overlap? Inch perfect precision from Francesco Bruni. He's able to stay in front. As they round mark 1, it is the Italian team that have the advantage. Coming up to the final top mark, Bruni again with the lead. Ainslie crossing towards that right-hand side. To be picking up a nice shift. Now can he use this to his advantage to throw a spanner in the works? Last chance saloon for Ainslie. He needs to win this match. Now can Francesco Bruni cross? Here comes Ainslie. Bruni down around the mark, but Ainslie's bow up inside. Heels from Ainslie. Bruni with the hoist. Small mistake there, but his spinnaker's now set. He's pointing towards the finish. But there, umpires step in. It's a yellow flag, and it's a red as well. So Francesco Bruni having to do an immediate penalty. Spinnaker's set. He's down and through the line, claiming race 3. Bruni, final tack towards the boat end. Ainslie follows underneath, trying to force Bruni to be early. But as the final seconds tick down, it is Bruni who tacks off the boat end of the line. Ainslie forced to tack underneath. A great start for the Italian. Are we looking at the performance of the champion of the course? It's a dial. Ainslie on the right-hand side, forcing Bruni to duck. Great sailing from Ben Ainslie. He's now back in front. Francesco Bruni picking up a penalty during that incident as well. As we come down towards the bottom mark, Ainslie rounding in front. There, the turn up, sailing off to the right-hand side of the racecourse. Ben Ainslie holding on to the lead, and as he comes down towards the finish, he's going to claim match 4. We have a sudden death final. So this is the match. This will decide the Gold Cup. And as the gun sounds, it is Ben Ainslie on the left-hand side, Francesco Bruni in the windward position with the control. Wind much lighter. Ainslie sliding his boat through the tack. Trying to initiate as much roll, but it is Francesco Bruni who slides across the front of Ben Ainslie, using all of his Italian cunning in the light to sail on to an emphatic lead. And as he rounds the final top mark, it's Francesco Bruni out in front. He leads this match, sets his spinnaker, heads down towards the finish. It's been an incredible performance from this Italian team. Francesco Bruni of Luna Rossa Challenge comes down and through the lines, and he punches the air. He celebrates his victory. He now holds the Gold Cup.
Yes. What an amazing achievement. Winning here at the
Yes, amazing achievement. Yes. It's been a great week. We have been sailing very well the whole week. It's not just a final, a lucky final. We sailed very well the round robin, the quarterfinals, the semis, all won by 3-0, and then he came all to the big final against Ben Ainslie. It was a great return to the World Tour. I'm so happy. I was not expecting to go so well. I think that I have to thank you, Luna Rossa, for giving me the opportunity to come here, and the Luna Rossa guys, the boys that were here with me. You know, they did a fantastic job. Without them, that would have not happened.
It was a great final, I think, to go to 3-2. It's great for the event. Francesco and his boys sailed really, really well, and we had to fight very hard to get ourselves back into the game and take it to the final race. They did a nice job to push us into the light winds under the buildings and put them into a great position.
The Argo Group Gold Cup has been a whirlwind of great match racing action and a social scene to match, making the whole experience enjoyable for all involved. This year's regatta has seen the fall of some top seeds as well as the return of a few names from the not-so-distant past. Who knows who we may see competing for the world title next year. This year's world champion has yet to be decided, and it's still anyone's to claim, with the results in Bermuda keeping the standings close. All eyes are on the final event, the event that will see the champion of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour crowned. The Monsoon Cup in Malaysia. You wouldn't want to miss it.